We are doing winners and losers from the second week of OTAs. You know, if you look at the first week, there's some interesting players that was on there. And guess what? I think a lot of correction took place. So we are going to look at who did well and who did not do well in the week 2 of Lions OTAs. But before we get into today's video, if you are a subscriber, thank you. If you're not, hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 37,000 subscribers. Also, hit that like button. It does help out. Let's just get into the video. Caveat here, this is just OTAs. This is nothing mean that this is automatically what this player is going to suck or anything like that in the training camp or preseason or regular season. Just get that out of the way. It is OTAs, all of that. But last week, a player that was considered a loser, didn't have a good time at practice, was Jared Goff. But guess what? He's a winner this time. He did really good. He was striking and hitting all his targets. He looked command of this offense. He was accurate. And guess what? When there's an issue with route running for Jameson Williams, he let him know all about it and did exactly what a quarterback needs to do. You have to teach your wide receivers, and so he was doing that on coaching ability right on the field. Jared Goff, though, much better this week than he was last week, and I said last week that don't take anything away from it. It's just OTAs. You got to knock the rust off. Guess what? Jared Goff knocked the rust off. Jared Goff has now been with the Detroit Lions for a couple years, and we see what he can do. OTAs is now kind of just showing, here is the real Jared Goff. So let me know in the comment section below. Do you believe Jared Goff will be perfectly fine when it comes to training camp in the regular season? Y for yes and N for no. You know me? I'm saying yes. I think he's perfectly fine, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Another player who is an absolute stud, certified G, is a winner, is the 12th overall pick, Jahmyr Gibbs. The Lions rookie running back, looking impressive in his route tree as getting, plays at wide receiver, even though he's a running back. He looked amazing with his burst and speed at the running back position. Jahmyr Gibbs continues to be a winner. Why? Because he's an outstanding player with athleticism that teams coveted, and the Lions got him with the 12th pick. Even regardless of what Mel Kiper and Todd McShay says, the Lions got the player, and he's showing it on the field. And he's going to be a mismatch for everybody. It's been consistent like this with his shiftiness, fluidity, the way he moves and cuts and breaks. He is going to be an insane offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions in 2023 and going forward. Jahmyr Gibbs is everything that you want from a running back and a utility knife wide receiver. It has been consistent since he's so far been with the Detroit Lions, and it's looking pretty damn good right now. And I cannot wait to watch this guy in training camp and to see it with my own eyes, because it's going to be absolutely amazing. Let me know in the comment section if you're going to be at training camp. Hey, if you are, make sure you come hit me up. Another player who has been crazy, doing very well for the Detroit Lions and OTAs, is Amon-Ra St. Brown, also known as Amon-Ra First Down. He just continues to be everything that we've seen from him since his career as a Detroit Lion. He takes practice very seriously, and that's why he's in the position that he is as one of the better receivers in the NFL. He does not take a play off, does not take practice off. He takes it exactly like you would expect it to be on game day, and that's what he does. And him and Jared Goff continue to be on the same page. Outstanding player, getting open and making the defense pay. Love seeing Amon-Ra St. Brown do his thing, and he is a consistent winner now in OTAs. And guess what? He's probably going to be a winner in training camp. He's probably going to continue to be a winner in the regular season, because that's all he does is win. He needs to be in the music video with Snoop Dogg and everybody else, and all we do is win, because that's all he does. An interesting winner here, someone that we have not heard a lot about, is Ufutu Melifonwu. He's played safety and cornerback. And that's the position I think a lot of us fans wanted him to stay at, is the cornerback position. He was out there. He was doing pretty good, knocking the football down when it was coming his way. He showed well in coverage, stay in stride with the receiver. Again, this is OTAs, and it's not like they can get physical, but he was doing that, and there was a little bit of a skirmish, even though it is OTAs. I think when it comes to Futu Melifonwu, I think a lot of people could agree here. He understands that, his career could be against the wall right now. You bring in all these guys, so he's getting real serious, and it's damn good. I want to see him play cornerback, and he did in practice. Hopefully they switch him back to cornerback position in training camp. That is a great observation, though, that he's getting out there and doing his thing. So shout out to Futu Melifonwu. Let me know in the comment section below right now. Do you want to see Iffy at the cornerback position or the safety position throughout training camp, and if he makes the team in the regular season? That's going to be an interesting comment for everybody to give their thoughts on. Parker Romo, the kicker, just continues to be a winner here, and he is a big old leg, knocking over 50-yarders, knocked over a 60-yarder, only missed a 63-yarder, and in all honesty, it had the distance to actually do it. It was just to the right a couple feet. This guy is really going to keep bringing it. I'll tell you what, if he does this, that Riley Patterson trade may be void, because it may be Parker Romo who will be the kicker for the Detroit Lions. So this battle's heating up, and right now he's winning the battle. So he is definitely a winner on my list. And it's good to have a kicker right there. Derek Barnes had first-team defense with Alex Anzalone, and he did good on the field. Again, you can't tackle or anything like that, but he's showcasing his shiftiness and his speed. And he needs to do this, because when you get Jack Campbell and you have Malcolm Rodriguez, you're kind of looking like the odd man out. So he did everything he could, playing alongside the starters of Alex Anzalone, and he showcased improved consistency, knowing exactly where the player would be in the run game if you could actually hit. You can't really do that type of stuff right now. So good for him. Maurice Alexander is a winner. Again, if you don't know, he is a wide receiver, but last year we've seen him in the kick return. But he showed his speed, his ability to get open, catch football with soft hands. He was catching everything, and he didn't have any missteps. He showcased everything that he could be at the wide receiver position. This is an interesting one, because you got Maurice Alexander, you got Antoine Green, you got Coty. These guys are competing. Obviously, Trinity Benson out there and Tom Kennedy. Who's going to make that final spot? And this is why I keep saying you don't need to get DeAndre Hopkins. We have players that can make plays, and they're battling it out. So I love Maurice Alexander. I loved him. I wanted him to be part of this team when I was watching him in preseason last year, and he continues to be the guy getting it done right now. So huge shout out to Maurice Alexander. Continue fighting, and that's how you make this roster. Losers here, Trinity Benson hasn't done anything. He hasn't shown anything. Look, I'm rooting for the guy. I want him to showcase himself, but I think this is a situation where there's too many other wide receivers. He's not making any noise compared to the rest of the wide receivers, and he's probably the odd man out making it to the practice squad. So there's nothing really that showcased him out there to separate himself from the pack. Riley Patterson, our former kicker that we traded for, now our current kicker, missed a couple kicks. And when you're not making those kicks, and Romo is, it's not good. There's only going to be one kicker. So he better step his game up, or he's going to not make the roster like he did last year. And he'll be the odd man out just because we traded for him. Maybe it was conditions to him make the roster of that conditional 2026 7th-round pick. So if he doesn't make the roster, I don't know the exact. There's potentially we don't have to give anything up, and you got to have the best kicker. And right now, he's not doing it. He's not getting it done. So it is what it is for him. He better pull his drawers up and get to it and knocking these these kicks in. We know he can do it because we've seen him in Detroit. He's done it before, for sure. Nate Sudfeld is a loser. He was a winner last week, a loser on this list. Didn't do anything well. Missing throws, off target. Look, he's battling out for Hendon Hooker when Hendon Hooker is healthy. I think everybody knows Hendon Hooker is the number 2 when he's healthy. Sudfeld, he's just holding it right now until Mr. Hooker himself is ready to go. And hell, did we expect anything different? No. Sudfeld is what he is. Jameson Williams, I would say he's a loser on this list because him and Jared Goff just not on the same page. With that said, it's going to take a while. I'm not worried about it. And Jameson Williams and Jared Goff will eventually get on the same page when they know each other's speed, when they know everything. They'll be good to go. But again, he wasn't on the same page, and you got to get that done. And so he'll continue to be scrutinized in the media. Me personally, I think it's a little bit overblown by the media. But, it's just going to take a little bit of time for these guys to get on the same page. So I'm not worried about it. We know what he is. He is a damn good wide receiver, and I expect him to show it, in training camp, in preseason, and when he's available to play in the regular season. So I expect him to slowly get there for sure. And he's so different regarding players that we have because his speed is excellent. He's a damn good route runner. And so it'll take a little bit of time, but they'll get it on the same page. But let me know in the comment section who is your winner, who is your loser for our Detroit Lions. We got videos dropping every single day except for Sunday until the regular season starts, and then Sunday's absolutely nuts. That's why I don't do it in the off season. But, we're going to be getting at it. So make sure you hit that notification bell. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. With that said, folks, adios.